No doubt about it now. This guy
Hopefully the
has to really be
server's
on
not
my
down.
team.
Yeah, I think the servers are still down. Yeah. Least I can do is show you guys. Whatever. Probably won't. Probably make this short, and shit, since I can't play. EA need to fix that game. It's been fucked up since I loved that game earlier. The server's been down on the down detector, so. Alright. So, when to correctly use base alignment. Fellas, gotta break this shit down for you. You know what's crazy about this? Even the pros don't know how to correctly do this. They just spam shit for no reason, right? So, a couple of things that I consider in my play calling is the formations that people come out in. Okay, and we're actually going to start using another defense in what, I gotta set my roster up anyway, hold up. I want to make sure you guys understand everything that we're doing from beginning to end. So let me set everything up. Issues. I'm gonna set my roster up, but whatever. It should be alright. Got a new nice left guard. 23, what? You got more agility than Carr on acceleration low, but let's try to see what value he has. Decent pass blocker. Good run blocker. I might make him the right guard. Center. Yeah, because he's 71 either way. Yeah, he's going to be our right guard. And then, yeah, we're going to back up by Luminor. We still going to use Mumford over there. Back up by a run blocker. Bear with me. Alright, so left end, you want your better of the two. Okay, so he'll be right where he is. Your backup, you want your power. Not really gonna worry about anything after that. So your right hand, you good. Crosby right there. defensive tackle. This man not gonna see the field for me, I tell you. Just gotta figure out who the one right here. Where Billings at? Could be like Billings and Pico ain't got no goddamn acceleration or speed. So I'm gonna use Butler as my number 2. Figure something out later on. Alright, so your left outside linebacker, starting outside linebacker, we went over this, but we're going to do it again. Just make sure that y'all guys are in the know. Make sure that you have your jack linebackers or closest to starting. Make sure that you got guys that can get down the field and hit in this spot. Make sure your middle linebacker, you got a guy that can get down there and hit. And right outside linebacker. We on an injured reserve, but you just want to get a guy down there that can hit. Masterson. Actually, I might just put Diablo right there. Trying to see one. Two need to be able to block shit. I'll go by block shit. If I can find it. Perryman. Kaiser can fill in that role. Might move him to inside. Give him a bigger role. The rest of it's really not gonna matter too much. I'm not gonna worry about setting up the rest of it. I just want to show you guys. Alright, so for instance, if they come out in any formation where a receiver is not outside the numbers, you know, you want to base a line because you might feel like a play action or some type of route going to that corner of the field, whether it's a crosser or a post or something like that. Zones are going to play based off of where they are pre-snap. Okay, I'm gonna give you a fine example. I'm gonna show you. If this guy's playing a curl flat, let's just flip the play per se, and it's a linebacker. Okay, he's not going to play to the sidelines. He's basically gonna play up the seams near the numbers 10 yards back. Okay, he's not gonna play to the flats because of the spot of where he's at in relative to the field. Okay, let me get out of the package that I would actually run. a 3-4 nickel 3-3 in, so that we can get you guys on board with everything that we're doing. Trying to figure out which package is best. Like the second cornerback flip. D-line sub is like a blitz package. Any cornerback. I'm not going to use the linebacker rush. That's another blitz package, but I'm not going to use that. So I can use the free safety 1 as an option. Or I can use the safety nickelback, safety flip, defensive end flip, any of those, because you want to make sure that you got linebackers playing on the edge. More speed as opposed to guys that need to engage and get those sheds. So let's get into it. Alright, so if I'm going to run this 3-3 defense, the only thing that I'm looking for, and it needs to happen, is they need to be in a single back, number 1. Number 2, if I'm looking for a baseline setup, I need to make sure that they don't have a second receiver outside the numbers. So that automatically tells me that if I see like a wing pair or a slot formation or something like that, or a wing slot, that means that it's going to be okay for me to baseline, because the rules that imply what I'm trying to teach you guys is you do not have a second receiver outside the numbers. Okay? If you do not baseline in this situation, what happens is your DB is basically just going to kind of strutter back. He's not going to play the depth that he's supposed to. And he's not going to be able to get to that spot on the field when the crosser or whatever route they have going to that side of the field goes over there. If I could find a crosser of some sort. Obviously this playbook doesn't really have a lot of those, but we'll try to work. I'm going to teach you guys, especially when running a cover 3. Number 1 is I do turn auto flip off, because sometimes it will glitch you when you pick certain blitzes. The rules of cover 3 versus slot, you can use it versus slot, but the rule is the mid-third must always be aligned with the seam receiver. Okay, so that's the standard rule. Number 2 is, if you don't base align, this guy sits right here, he's not going to be in position to defend the sideline. So y'all might find yourself in situations where their quarterback might just drop back and then roll over outside the numbers, and that zone's going to get glitched out. Okay, so it's safe to go ahead, just base align here, and notice that your blitz comes out a little bit wider. So now you can play a contain and then re-blitz over there. Okay, so that's going to take that bootleg option away from you, as well as it's going to protect that weak side of the field. Notice how when I base aligned, the left side of the field did not change. Okay, it barely changed. Only people that were affected was the right side. Okay, that is the correct way to use the base align. If you're in a situation where they're in a spread offense and they're on the left hash or the right hash, and you're trying to do this, right? And then let's say they're in a gun, this is incorrect. Football, if someone tells you to do this, then you need to tell them they're wrong. Okay? Because I'm trying to teach you guys about alignment. So if I base align from here, let me put the ball on the hash. So if I baseline versus hash mark offenses, the first thing that I'm going to notice is that this corner is going to be too far inside over here. Okay, notice the difference between his receiver, his assignment, and where he's placed on the field. Now, if I'm playing like, you know, like a quarters or something like that, you know, it'll be even more noticeable. But you could easily attack that with a quick 5-yard out. So that's just something that you might want to consider. Also, if you're running a cover 3 versus these sets, the seam flat will always get picked on. Okay, so you don't want to run cover 3 versus 2x2 with a running back in the backfield that is also an option receiving threat. So do not zone blitz versus situations like this. Okay, it's just something that needs to be standard for how you guys play defense. Notice I do not blitz a lot unless I need to. Okay, so if you see 2x2s, do not run no zone blitz. Do not spam zone blitz. Do not spam baseline in situations when you do not need to use it. I'm telling you guys how to play defense fundamentally without having to worry about what you're doing is right or wrong. You know, you'll know automatically. All right. So again, just kind of getting more back into it. If I see single back and they're in a, let's say I'll go with the nickel blitz 3, and they're in one of these single backs and they like to run these crossers. I don't know if I got one specifically in here, but we'll just kind of play with it. I mean, it doesn't even necessarily have to be just crossers, right? It could be any play. I don't know why I did not pick that play. I don't know. I hate when the game does that. I feel like they change your play. Right, just kind of get back into it. Like I'll go with the nickel blitz. Just look for like anything that has like a crossing format. And like I said, you don't want this third playing down low. Okay, anytime you have an outside third assignment on the field, he cannot be in press. He cannot be 5 yards down in the box. He can't be none of that, because like I said, what happens is he's gonna stray slower getting to his spot on the field. Notice the distance that he is with his outside third assignment versus the distance he is with his outside third assignment. Because he's playing a little bit lower and closer to the offensive line, if they run any type of play action, he's going to kind of fall for it. That's where play recognition becomes a part of the game. So you don't want to get fooled with the fuckery, all right? So like I said, again, other than that, always make sure that you blitz from the strong side. Remember, I do turn auto flip off. So your defense should be looking like that versus these types of formation, okay? And like I said, if you come into these situations, notice you just baseline right here, and you should be good, okay? Southside third should be in position to stop any type of crossers coming to that side of the field, and you're not going to have to worry about it as much as opposed to him being closer to the offensive line and them running bootlegs and rollouts. Now, the only counter to happen to worry about for the bootleg situation is the single contain adjustment. So all you have to do is you're going to contain the strong side of the formation, or the popular side that they like to roll out to, you know, and it might change depending on how the game is going, okay? Sometimes you might design something because they have a right-hand quarterback. You know, you might contain the right side, but they may have a tendency to roll out to the left and then contain the left. All right. So all you're going to do is just going to put the contain on the field and then re-blitz the opposite end. So now your defense should look like that. So if they do try to do any type of rollout, you should get some decent pressure with that blitzing defender as well as the containment. As far as anything else that I would do in here, I would probably use her as seam flat, and I would take the underneath cross, you know. But that's just something that I would do. And then just kind of remember you're in man match, so you will have to kind of play man on the tight end. Now, another thing that you can do from these seam cover 3 blitz seam defenses is instead of running that match seam flat, put him in a curl flat. Okay, I'll do certain things like this in my defense where I'll play the match assignment with my user. Go ahead and put that baseline back on the field so you guys can follow through what we're doing. And I know I'm going to defend this tight end. If he crosses left, I'm going to go left with him. I should be okay. I know that curl flat should be able to defend that crosser on that side, so I'm not even going to worry about that. And we're just going to kind of run it in and see if he runs it. Now, if you get a better zone defender with lurk, he'd probably be in a little bit better position. Like I said, with the baseline, and you could probably, if you feel like that curl flat isn't there, you could put like a vert hook on there or something, you know, just kind of be creative until you get it right, you know. Yeah, so I could probably put that curl flat and then kind of play with it a little bit, see if I want to get like another hook on the field. So if I put him in the curl flat, and then let's just say I put the defensive end in a hook, and then blitz the linebacker behind him. You know, there's different ways you can kind of be creative, and that automatically will give you the single contain. So you can baseline that, and it'll look like that. So it's just different ways you can make adjustments to kind of take away what's beating you. And then we'll just try to do it again. So just kind of read a little bit better position. And you can use like a couple of those other packages. You know, using packages helps. And if you know you're going to drop a guy into a zone coverage or anything like that, let's just kind of get into it. Like I might use this package where I have linebacker pass rush, right? And then we come out in it. I forgot what play I was running. So if you baseline it, you drop him in the vert, you put him in the curl, you blitz the linebacker behind it. I don't know why he's dropping to a mid-read, but whatever. It's actually pretty good. But the main thing is, I don't think the Raiders playbook necessarily has, they got one crosser, let me see. They don't have like the ones that people use a lot, you know, in their little custom playbooks. Be the ones that you ran, I ran a lot last year from single back, where the crosser goes across the field by itself, and everything else just kind of floods to the other side. Let's see if I can find a way to kind of help you guys out. Like I said, I won't need that. That's just an optional package. Like I said, you might see people use gun wing flex, try to hit you with a crosser right there. Like I said, I will base align that, and then instead of running that matched zone, I'm going to put a curl flat on it. Then I might put a vert hook and blitz right there, and then you can put that containment on the field. And then I'll take the quick route to the outside. This outside tight end, I'm going to take him. Just trying to see. Sometimes I could probably, like if I feel like that third's not an option, I could keep that man match, go with the cloud flat. See, that seam flat's going to take 17 vertical. Okay, you're going to expect that number 10 on that post to be carried off to the inside third. You can go ahead and just baseline that real quick, and then you can have some inside help with a vertical hook. Blitz behind it, and then you could probably contain it. Just know that with your user, you're going to have to take this flat route away. So let's just try it this way. So there you go. Just understanding the match concepts, how to make things work. You know, like I said, if they're in these slot formations, that's obviously a telltale to baseline. Because if I don't, and then this guy's sitting down low, he's going to be an easy exploit. Okay, so obviously you'll be running into those people that, you know, have faster QBs with abilities and stuff like that. And, you know, they know that those tight ends might pick up those blocks. And then next thing you know, they're taking off, running the other way. And if you click on, your guys just bug out. So you don't want to do that. Just make sure you run into see people that do stuff like that. Just go ahead, just baseline. Only if they're in a slot formation, tight formation, or any formation where they're constantly trying to throw it to the sidelines. Now, if they're in a spread set, trip set, anything like that, you're not going to run a baseline. Okay? Don't do that. But just remember, only slot formations and tight formations is the only time that I'm going to give you the green light to do that. But other than that, it's just pretty much self-explanatory. Know your assignment and match coverage. I didn't put the cloud flat over there. We'll fix it. See if I put the cloud flat right there. Put a single contain on. Then I know my assignment. I could probably jam 87. No, I tried to. But you get the idea. Or if I feel like I can take that crosser myself, I might opt to put him in the hard flat, put him in the cloud, jam 87, and then bail to the cross. You know, I might do it like that. So jam 87. I couldn't get to the cross fast enough. It's just an option. See if there's another way I can do that. I could probably put him in that inside quarter. Play to the flat. If I'm not mistaken, he's going to take the number 3 vertical if I put that quarter on the field. So I'm just trying to make sure. He'll get bracketed too, so just trying to make sure everything else is covered. So probably might have to play the mid-read. Mid-read, take 87 away. Yep, look at that. Always know how to match coverages work, guys. See, when you know how the inside quarter plays, you don't have to user it anymore. And then you can be somewhere else where you need to be. So watch how the inside quarter, see how he has that break on the ball? But look at the position he is on the crosser. So he played it pretty good. Now, obviously, if he would have rolled out, he would have had to deal with the blitz and the contain. That would have been a little bit more aggressive over there. I probably could have changed that up and then had the blitz defender play the flat. I could have put him in that outside third from the base of line and then kept him in the inside quarter. So I can just kind of show you guys. Put the cloud right there, inside quarter. Get the base of the line, give me the hard flat right there. That way I can kind of sit down here and play 87 and not have anything to worry about. So I can get out in front of 87. I know the rest of my defense behind is going to be perfect. Okay, so that's just something that you guys can consider. Like I said, once you understand how zones work and how match assignments are going to play, then you can get creative with how you want to set up your defenses. Okay. Yes, he did have a small window to throw that. But, you know, you've seen how it kind of pretty much, the outside third was going to, the inside third was going to pick that post up. He did have a small window to throw it, but when you're playing users, not a lot of users are willing to make those type of throws. Now, I will. I don't mind, but most of the people I played, they're not willing to make those little small window throws. So you can be safe playing a zone match defense. But as you can see, those both of those crossers in that post route are pretty much just they not happening. See if there's anything else we could do to kind of strengthen this. Like I said, probably I might put him in a hard flat. That way I can send a speed blitz at him. I might keep the guy in man coverage. Obviously, I want that cloud right there. Might back it up a little bit. You know, like I said, I'll play 87, and then I'll break to 17. So take 87, try to break to 17. Our cloud flats over there probably could have stayed with 80. With what's his name? I'm just trying to see some other ways that we can kind of do some things. It's just kind of, I wish I could play a game. I wish I could, but EA servers are kind of fucking up. I just want to kind of give you guys the blueprint to playing defense without falling into that crack of one play defense the whole game, regardless what your opponents come out in. You know, so over the course of the weeks, as everything kind of transpires and stuff, I just want to make sure that you guys understand how to play the game. Like, I don't want you guys doing what you might see King Wolf do. He's gonna play one play defense the whole game. I don't want you to see you guys playing defense the way, you know, you might see Form right. He's gonna play one defense the whole game. He's not gonna change it up. I don't want to see you guys play defense the way Black Rain play. He's gonna play one defense the whole game. He's not gonna be able to stop the run. You know, you always want to make sure that you're able to match personnel so that you can play your gap assignments first and foremost, and then you can expand on your play calling. Okay. I don't know if they opened it up for me to do some play nows, but first thing, I'm gonna probably try to do some regs, and then we'll go more into it. So let me set this roster up because I haven't touched the rosters since the update. I know they got Jacobs looking nice at that 94. I guess I'm gonna use Amir as my number 2. Bolton can be number 3. I don't know how I want to use Bertain. He probably gonna be fullback. Not really gonna touch that. Wide receiver number 5. Put Renfrow in there. Not gonna change anything else on there. Left tackle doesn't really get changed around a lot, so I'm not. I was looking at this, and I was like, might have something there. So just give me 1 sec. Trying to figure out who I want to use at guard and shit. Luminor, he just be anywhere. So he'll be right there. I'm gonna touch the center. He's gonna be right there. Luminor, no, I like Mumford. I ain't gonna lie, Mumford, he nice. I use Brandon Parker for the run. That'll be like a manual sub there. Like if you play Regs and you got 2 tackles that are like very even with each other, you want to check yourself before you wreck yourself, as they say it. And I know Mumford is really good at pass blocking, and Parker is very good at run blocking. So there's plays that I want to run the ball, I'm just going to manually sub Brandon Parker in, or if it's situations where I know I want to pass the ball, I'll just constantly just manually sub between those two. That's really the only adjustment that I can give you guys for the offensive line that'll be beneficial. Just trying to go in here and see and make sure I got everything right. I don't think Bars is that guy right there. Got helmet Parham. Might make a change here with Illuminor and Parham as well. I'm just trying to see. I know Parham's better for power runs and stuff. Just bear with me. He's got a better pass block. What better. I think Illuminor is better of the two, but Parham, he's better for like pitch plays and stuff like that, or if you're running like power trap runs or something, which technically I don't really use a lot of, so we'll start Illuminor over Parham. They just really just try to beef up our offensive line for real. Like I said, we're doing this earlier. The left end, your left end needs to be the better pass rusher of your defensive ends. You need to make sure he has better agility, really, and acceleration, speed, all that fun shit. I think he's better than the other guy is. Then you put C. Jones right there. Put Crosby right there. I like a guy with some speed right here. It ain't gonna kill me. So then you want to put your defensive ends. Sure, I want to use that. And then remember, your left outside linebacker and right outside linebacker are jack linebackers. They need to be able to drop into coverage and pretty much play the flat zones pretty good. Debating on Diablo because I think he's got decent zone. I mean, I know he's got good speed. Just kind of double check. He's got 89 tackle. Might use him on the strong side. He can't pass rush, but he doesn't need to be a pass rusher. He's got 65 zone. He's got a little bit better than Kaiser. He does have that 73 press, which is going to be beneficial. I actually might use him as a will, and then use Jayon as Sam. So let's do it like that. Always be open to switch things up as you go. Put Diablo right there. Give me Kaiser. Perryman. Number 2. Trying to figure out which one I want as my number 2. I might go with Masterson. Nah. Right outside linebacker will go Ball. Left outside linebacker will go Masterson. Shouldn't really have have to change anything on the inside, just bear with me. I'm just looking. Got Gian. I already have him in. Cornerback number 1 has to have a very good song, because more often than not, like I said, he's going to be the one defending the popular crosser. He's going to be the guy you want to make sure can make that reach. So always go by his zone coverage. Hobbs is the best. Rocky Sin, he'll be good on the number 2 side. Number 3, usually I go with a guy that can tackle. Kind of go by that. Like they've been upping Sam Webb a little bit, man. He got some decent tackle now. Not where he need to be, but he got decent size with it. Might actually keep him as my number 3. Number 4, you already know we use a safety. Trying to figure out which. I might use Harmon, or been using Farley. I think Harmon will be a better fit though for what I'm trying to do. He's 6'1", 205. Alright, so it'll be Harmon. And then put a corner right there. Free safety number 1. I'm gonna keep rocking with Sam Webb. Strong safety 1 and 2 is important. Number 2 is gonna be your high. Number 1 is gonna be your low and your big nickel. Number 3 just gonna be you come into a situation where you need a guy that can play this position. He's got the tangibles, got the acceleration and stuff. Just don't got the awareness for his strength. I like guys that kind of have a little bit of everything. I got this set up. Might pull him out there. Then let Teamer be there. I don't know if I got another safety I could really just rely on. Kick return, punt return, second touch, kickoff starter. Long snapper, not going to touch. Just remember on your long snapper, on your field goals, you'll have to sub in a center. And then on your punts, you can opt to just use your tight ends or whatever. Third down running back. He going to get work. Keep him fresh. Power. Let Bolton do his thing. Slot receiver 1, slot receiver 2. Alright, this is where we get creative. Number 1 is going to be Cleveland. Right in, you're going to use your best. And your left end, number 2. Use your second power guy. He's going to be a little tired. We'll probably put Tayshawn Bauer right here. And rush defensive tackle. Dillon's low-key been good for me. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not even gonna take him off. Like, dude nice. This is where it gets tricky. because these guys need to be able to block shit as well as play flat zones and hook zones. They're not going to be chasing anything deep. You don't want your sub linebackers chasing routes. That's a mistake I see a lot of people do. If y'all bear with me, I need to take some medicine, man. I got a bad headache right now. It's fucking with me. Ugh. Alright, I got me some more leaves, so we should be good. I do not feel good. Alright, again, like I said, these guys got to be able to block shed. So if you can get them like 235. Somewhere in that, you don't want them too big and bulky. You want to get them around 230. It's going to be ultimately what you're looking for. And the next thing you're looking for is hidden traits. Cover linebacker is a good style to have. Now sometimes in regs, you'll have to improvise and use a safety in some of the nickels that I use, just to, so you can get to the flat better, you know, if someone's running like drag routes. Just bear with me, I'm just gonna kind of look off the block shed rating. No, I'm not gonna have anything perfect, but Perryman's good. He's got good pursuit. That is the only thing he's got lacking on him is his size and his speed, but I think we'll be alright. Kind of going based off pursuit. Low key, man, Bolton might actually be a good move. He got good for finesse move, decent. I'm saying perfect. Well, I might actually use him. I ain't got no one else. Really, might just leave that as is. Might opt to take Masterson and Fairness place, but just trying to see if it's worth the squeeze. You got a little bit more agility and acceleration, but that awareness, he's got better change of direction. Both jump the same. Might actually try that. See where it gets us. Slot corner, you want guys that can play man and zone, but you really want to make sure they can play man, because most of the defenses that I run is match coverage. So match coverage is going to utilize both man and zone ratings together based off of the principles that they face. So if nothing crosses, it's going to be man. If they play route, and then you have a pattern sequence change, it becomes zone. So that's one thing about match zone. You need to make sure that your slot corners are good at both. But also you need them to be able to blitz, and to be able to block shed, and you be able to do it a little bit of everything. Okay, so it's just something that you can kind of take into account as I get down here trying to find their man and zone ratings. Ew, shit. Like I said, you want to find guys without stressing your outside. See, I might go Sidney Jones and Anthony Averett. Probably got the best options I can put on the field. Then just go by block shed. Sidney Jones got the higher block shed. Got the better hit power and tackle. I'll come down decent jump. Catching traffic. Better catcher. Better change of direction. Better agility, better strength. We'll go with Sidney Jones, number 1. And then Anthony Averett is number 2. What up, my guy? And then as far as our number 3 goes, we put Meek Robertson or T. Hall in there. Just trying to look. I put Robertson there. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and save that up. And we're going to kind of give you some live gameplay in Regs. I could have told you that was going to happen. Double check, make sure they gave me my credit for my win earlier before the EA server started acting real fruity. I gotta do that farm challenge. Okay, so they gave me my win. Alright, Regs, here we come. My little stomping grounds. I didn't even pay attention to the games today, man. I'm just trying to get through the month, man. I don't like the cold. Not having this killer headache. Ugh. I was working outside in the cold today, trying to make a little extra change, man. It ain't worth it. My dumb ass told it, man, I'll be back there tomorrow. I'm like, man, shit. I don't know if I can do it, bro. Working outside in the cold, I don't feel sick. I don't like being outside for real. Cause I feel like I got something now. That headache usually be the start of it. Ugh. Took some leave, man. Hopefully I'll feel better.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Coming up, we've got
a good matchup. Let's strap the seatbelts on. Yeah, I seen that, bro. Like, Matt Ryan is no longer 28-3. He's 33-0. He's the same quarterback. They gave up a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl.
37 in San Diego. The
Just like,
play.
How can you be on the end of both
And that
of
one
those?
will bounce out of the back
Be
of
the
the end zone.
quarterback
So we will start here
both
at
of
the
those.
25.
That's ridiculous. All you gotta do is run the ball. You shoot, take your time, be Peyton Manning, shoot a fucking clock, just sit around there and just say a bunch of random words and wait till 1 second and then hike the ball. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Alright, so this is going to be a situation. Go ahead, baseline it.
To the air right away is Brady. This one complete to Scott Miller. And from the 25,
baseline versus tight
to the
sets.
29, a gain of 4.
Keeps them from getting those outside corners.
They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Brady. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Brady finding Godwin there for Buccaneer first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
First carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And very little daylight there.
Come on, Masterson. You gotta do better than that, bro.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Throwing is Brady on third down. And that is incomplete.
I told you I know when the baseline. How dare you go for it? I dare you.
You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
You gotta be the dumbest person. I keep saying that, but Jesus Christ, it's like every person becomes dumber.
Brady to throw for it on fourth down. And he's going to have his running back.
Free shot on Brady.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on fourth down. So this offense able to convert on fourth. And now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Now Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
To throw again on second down. Brady. Looking Mike Evans' way again, and he's got another one. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders 16. Give him 18 on the play. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Shotgun now for Brady. A diving effort, but only right at the line of
pass to
scrimmage.
make a play.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown.
Oh, man, we got a couple free shots on Brady that drive.
A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Carr.
Oh, that's just beautiful.
He gets this to Devontae Adams. On the move past the 40. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Another big gain or 2 in succession as this one goes for 32. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Carr will look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jamel Dean. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as head play backfires in a big way.
I used to be, man. Back when I was a kid, back in the 90s, early 2000s. I was, and I just kind of, I don't know, I got older and I just stopped watching it. I got tired of being a root for, how many games they played? Like 70-something, 100-something games. Jesus Christ. It's just too many games. I can't watch all of them. Yeah, I've seen. But they get longer contracts in baseball, man. They be playing till they be like 50 years old and shit. Beatty, I want to do this.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there.
Go for it, please. Go for it. 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 Go for it, you coward. Thank you.
Near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
How big your grapefruits are.
Brady gonna go on 4th down. Here's a diving catch right side.
I designed it.
Roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down. From midfield, here's Brady. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one caught by Cameron Braid. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Eluding the pressure right.
Yeah, I took that right away from you, Brad.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady flush to his
right.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there.
Like that they finally got Max Crosby the way he's supposed to be in this game.
So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack. Now the defense going to use the first
timeout so I can get an extra pass rush point.
Take it over, we step aside.
I should be at almost max now.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Call timeout to give yourself an extra pass rush point.
Now Brady.
This is caught
by Evans. And he's going to have a 1st down here. They're also in a field goal range down at the 27-yard line.
Thanks for calling the timeout. You gave me an extra pass for this point.
Drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Throwing on first down is Brady.
Hello.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw.
Stop trying to double team me, bro. You can't.
He's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That play call wasn't there for them.
Might want to get out of that gun tight, making it easy for me to block shit.
And come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
There's a glitch. If you come out in gun tight, I can win those block sheds immediately.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Brady again.
Works in bunch too. You might want to get out of those bunch sets.
Picked up by Rock-Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are going to take.
That's how you stop Tom Brady.
And they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. When I saw the pressure
Gotta
coming
find
in,
another
that
offense,
just
bro.
looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it.
I'm just gonna keep hitting you with Max all game.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Carr's throw complete here to Waller. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd down and 7. Shotgun now for Carr. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot here before half for Carr. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Carr now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now a 2nd down and 6. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He hits Adams complete.
He's going to dot his defense up, bro.
Right at the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Slot man moves right. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And a slow in materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Carr, a quick throw. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And
Thanks
right
for baselining.
now, it's paying off for big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Now Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. On play action. Now Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller.
Where's your defense at, bro?
This is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 28. Throwing now is Carr. The throw taken in by Cole. And they do
Forget to bring your defense to the field.
before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Here's White. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. Once again, it's White. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Some Facebook streamer.
White taking
I guess
it in
he's
from 2 yards out.
went over
and
to
the
YouTube
Raiders have taken the lead
Facebook
as they go
stream.
right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second
Talks a
half.
lot. I mean, he's got a good
Josh
setup.
McDaniels, he's got faith in his offense, and he's
More
going to
of
have
a
him
trash
go for
talker.
2. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his
Oh,
left.
Carr, go.
And he'll get into the end zone to make it a 5-point game. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB
Guess what,
rolling
bro?
around, I would
You get to
imagine
deal with Max
on the
Crosby
defense,
now.
that makes it tough.
I
When
dare you
goes
to
out,
come
he's
out
got
in a
the
bunch of
option to run
tight.
it back.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback. Someone
Black
to account
Rain,
for,
bro,
because
he ghosted me,
oftentimes
man. You don't
that
want
is
to
the
play.
unaccounted for player.
Not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this
He gonna
offense
come out
better
and gun
field
tight
position.
anyway.
And it's every kickoff
Yeah,
guy's
big gooners.
nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw taken in by Miller. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. This is a diving effort by Evans. What a catch. 63 yards receiving for him now. And that last catch good enough for a first down. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Brady going to throw. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Brady now to throw. He's got it. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Tom Brady hooking up with Mike Evans there. And the Bucs answer
Yeah, I gotta
back
give
with
me
a
a
touchdown of their own.
I don't know
It's
which
taken 4
next-gen system he on.
But plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown on the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
They will run it. It's Fournette. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Fuck, I threw a pick.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1
Had a
yard
one-play touchdown.
So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Bucs get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Play action. Now it's Carr. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back.
One thing I hate about Regs, make one mistake, they're just going to keep making mistakes. They didn't register my high pass. Let alone even a sideline pass. It's just hard. You had a perfect game. They find a way to screw you. Nah, you put them in a like a cloud play. I think you played a cover 2. We'll be all right.
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Tonight we've got an AFC matchup on tap between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. going back to their AFL days in the 1960s. The Chiefs and Raiders are underway. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs and Raiders are underway. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he tries to get as much as he can here while protecting the football as he dives to the ground. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. 2nd down at 5. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
Now they'll throw with Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 39. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Big stop from a guy who can bring a big hit. Nick Bolton. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw taken in by Adams. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll run here. Abdullah. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Being chased out left. Waller taking it in over the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
That's a big league job there, getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
The slot man in motion right. They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Again, it's Abdullah. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The 4th down pass from the 5 falls incomplete, and the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs. A chance to get some momentum here in the 2nd quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, Sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. A fairly short kick from the 14. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Carr's throw going to be taken in by Cole. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. He completes it to Abdullah. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Now a play fake, Carr. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller with a touchdown grab for Derek Carr. And the Raiders are an extra point away now from moving out in front. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. Now they send a man in motion right. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he is into the end zone to give them a 2-point lead. Could have been up 1 with a point after, but they go for 2. It worked.
It almost seems like they're trying to set an identity, doesn't it? We're going to be one of those teams that every time we get a chance to put extra points on the board, we will. Because really it's minimal in difference, right? Whether you have 1 or 2, the field goal can still get you.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. He finds McKinnon, complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Now it's Mahomes again. That's complete to Tony. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
This was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 31, Mahomes dancing to his left. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Nicole Hardman. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs have retaken a third-quarter lead. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone as that pushes the lead up to 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were in the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete to Hollins. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. Room here to run. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Carr now on 1st down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. It was Leo Chanel who got in to drop him. They'll try again after the sack. Carr. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Steps away. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they wind up getting 13 there on fourth down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Mahomes firing complete, and he'll be brought down at the 27. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Mahomes to throw. Buying time to his left. Now a diving catch made just beyond the line of scrimmage. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock.
As you watch that one unfold, didn't you think to yourself, just knock it down because of where he was?
Great catch, but losing yardage.
Hard to change what they are, isn't it? When they see the ball in the air, they're programmed to go get it.
Mahomes throwing on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on fourth down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on fourth down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
Carr to throw. Complete to Cole. Dances by him, and he goes out right around the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8. Carr. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Carr's throw complete here to Waller. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Now Carr. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Throwing his Carr. Connects with Cole again. And so close, he gets it to the one. Out of bounds right there. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Jacobs into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. One more time with Jacobs. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. This is third and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Defensively now, one more play to stop. What are they looking for?
You want to take away their number one running option that you've scouted and take away their number one receiver and see if someone else can beat you.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. One final try now for Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory. And now the Raiders will face an important two-point conversion attempt here. Here's Carr. And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
I did that on purpose. I don't trust kicking field goals in this game because how easy it is to block field goals. So I don't, unless you have like a left foot kicker, man, I just don't. I don't trust anybody. Like beginning of the year, I was doing good. I had a solid win streak, and then someone blocked my kick on a perfect kick accuracy, and it's just like ever since then, I just stopped kicking field goals, bro. And like I said, unless you have a left foot kicker, you just have to go for twos. It doesn't matter if the game's on the line, you know, you can't chance it. You kick a field goal and they block it and they run back for two and win. You know, you don't want that to happen.
With that, we say good night from Kansas City.
I match up with him every now and then. He always uses the Chiefs against me. We go back and forth. I had to use a baseline versus that gun tight and just kind of swapped it up between my cover 3 lock and the cover 4. He kept doing the cover 4 beater, so I had to go switch off to the cover 3. Yeah, I seen what he was trying to do, but you know, Carr came through for him, did his thing. Jacobs did his thing. Waller surprisingly was my leading receiver. Gave up no sacks. I don't know what. I mean, I had him running for his life with Crosby though. It's like you can't take that away from the like Crosby affected the game. It affected his offense. Most def. I'm actually gonna go see. Like I was fucking with his throws, big time. With what I was doing with Crosby, like you almost have to. Like the fact that Crosby can just shed off double teams. Like if you come out in gun tight or gun bunch, Crosby's gonna get an auto shed just like look. You can't double team him from that position. That's what I like about him now. Like he's now a threat. You're not double teaming him. You're not rolling out to the left. It's not happening. Like dude's constantly. I tried to catch him off guard, but he kept going to that flat route side. I tried a couple of things in that game to kind of take that flatter route away, but he just kept going to it. That's the only thing I hate about user rushing is your guy, for some odd reason, sometimes he just blitz instead of play his fucking zone. Like if he would have stayed in his zone, he probably would have had a pick right there. I don't know why he rushed, whatever. Crosby just disrupting the pass game. That's huge, being able to do that. I think I went to the cover 3 this time. He tried to do a cover 4 beater. We got him out of it. That was just a bad throw. I don't know why he didn't get picked up. I probably should have blocked one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I should have blocked one. Gotta throw under pressure. Cause I was gonna take a shot and pass lead it outside. Cause I had his corner beat. And I knew Devontae was gonna beat that safety 1-on-1. But I decided I was going to check down to slant. I don't know why I ran a fucking option with a slant route versus the blitz. If he was in a stock zone, it probably would have worked because he would have chased the slant, and then I could have just checked it down to Jacobs and then took off. Like twice I tried to run it. So if I run that option route, I'm going to have to block one of those tight ends. And I'm obviously going to have to pass protect. I'm just kind of looking and seeing what was beating me. I got him with the motion hike to take his user out. Yo, Matt Collins is a good blocker, bro. That's what you need out of your receiver. Just take linebackers out of the play. I rewarded him with a quick pass. I just wish he was just a little bit better. But we about to see. Yeah, he was ranked number 4. And we beat that ass. Like it was nothing. Told you, man, they still gonna match me up. Like, I don't play as many games, and I'm still ranked in the top 1%, you know? Like, I've been playing MUT, and I'm still doing good. He just plays a lot of games for real. Like, if I was at that point, I'd probably be a little bit over. A little bit more over. It's crazy. I gotta work on my giveaways, bro. I be throwing too many picks. This dude not even good. Like, he 50-50 with every team. Like, Falcons is his go-to team. That man played 4 times the amount of games I played. Can't beat me. I ain't playing this game. I ain't playing that many games. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. I grinded this shit out the first few weeks of the game. I hit top 10. That's all I needed to see. I can care less what I'm ranked now. I'm top 10. End of the day, I'm top 10. I hit that point, and then I stopped playing Regs as much. Because I was like, man, I don't even need to prove anything anymore. Let everything speak for itself. You know how it is. And I wanted to expand a little bit on some of the stuff I do, so I started playing MUT. And then it's like, when you play MUT, you learn things. You know, you learn other things. You add it to your game. Huh?
What's going on?
Nothing much, nothing much.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. Pulls it in at the 13. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks. It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got a man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Devontae Adams, 60 yards. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Josh McDaniels, he's got faith in his offense, and he's going to have him go for 2. Carr will look to throw. And that's caught at the 2. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now a man born here in California, Joe Mixon, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
You know, it was tough for them to stand on the sidelines and watch the other team take it downfield and score, wasn't it? So they knew when they got on the field, it's on them. Pick up 1st downs, get downfield and score. How about them picking up that 3rd and short?
I was just going to say, you and I were talking before the game, those 3rd down conversions are going to be huge in this one. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Evans running behind center, and he's got a Bengals 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll stay on the ground, Evans again. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36. A nice pickup of 17 yards. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think they're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 6-0 our score after 1. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are an extra point away from taking the lead. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And this is blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. The 40, 20,
yeah,
10,
thanks.
5, and all the way into the end zone, and it's 2 points. Well, I think there was a lot of surprise from the kicking team there. After the block, they kind of froze and then realized, oh, wait, they can return this, and they returned it all the way.
And you know why they froze? Not often do you get that second sound, right? There's the kick, you hear that, and then there's that second thud when there's a block. That's when people freeze and they have to realize where the ball is. They picked it up and took it the other way.
And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll drop the throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. On first down, Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I'd give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Carr. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
But it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today. But they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Carr. He'll hit his running back, Amir Abdullah. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give them 12 yards that time at a Las Vegas first.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Flush to his right. And this one's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 42. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Shotgun now for Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. The 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Carr now on 1st down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Carr. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Because you're in man coverage.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a first down.
It's a man beater route.
Defense,
you play man, he's going to get the break lane.
And try and cover it before he gets going.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 10 more there and another first down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Josh McDaniels, he's got faith in his offense, and he's going to have them go for 2. Now they send a man in motion right. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. The Bengals drive about to get going. With a slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. The Bengals going to use the second of their
throw an interception or
timeouts
something?
as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Mixon with a first down carry. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Hayden Hurst in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Now, once again, the Bengals will try for two. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he is into the end zone. So they get two more on the board here just before halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Carr now to throw. He's got Turner. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The final shot here before half for Carr. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Nah, you were behind me. I had a perfect pass on it. Just wasn't the right receiver. He was 63 overall receiver. If that, I don't know.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
The only reason you got that is because they didn't flag it.
And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 12-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Once again, they run with Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, it's Evans. And he'll take this into the end zone for the Bengals. Chris Evans, a 10-yard
So those
touchdown
auto jukes are so
run. And
glitchy.
the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the one. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the two-point attempt is turned aside. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Keep kicking it to him. I'm going to run one back for a touchdown. I'm just giving you a heads up. No, if you keep kicking it to my fullback, I've got a guy near him that can return kicks, and he can block. So I'm just giving you a heads up. You keep doing that, that's what's going to happen.
Here to start the second half, and Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back.
Are you actually going to try to play defense, or are you just going to stay in the same thing?
One play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Flushed out right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr, and it's complete to Adams. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now Carr again. Here's a diving catch right side.
You cannot play man coverage on Devontae with route tech. I'm just giving you a heads up.
Two big plays in succession.
You might want to get out of that.
He knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown.
That's why I was saying, why are you staying in man coverage? I got a route tech receiver.
And the Raiders have got it back to within a score. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion.
And he has red zone threat.
And that cuts the lead a bit further.
All right, you had him in man coverage on someone with route tech.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will
You
send
can't
this
do
one
that.
away.
Why are you keep doing that? I don't know.
Takes it at the 7.
You're a little too late for that. That's it. You stop spamming the same plays, maybe?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 129 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Now Burrow. Slant pass to Boyd. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Out of the the gun, a give to Evans. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll go right back to Evans. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and run for it with Evans. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Mixon again, but he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. Mixon, and Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short. They run for it with Mixon, and he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line.
Stop spamming the same plays.
Unable to find the goal line on 4th down, and the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. Well, they knew who to turn to on 4th down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's the surprise because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the first down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped.
Stop spamming man coverage.
The throw over the middle taken in. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
When you're in man coverage, you have help over the top, you become a much more confident defender. Trail the receiver and know that someone over the top can make a play. And that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll run on 1st down with Evans. They'll take this to the 46. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll go again here with Evans. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. On 1st and 10, it's Evans. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now it's Burrow. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Now the Bengals will again line up to go for 2. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll send a receiver in motion left. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
You got my PSN?
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
Regs be having its ups and downs, I swear. Be letting weird people that aren't really good have their moments. All right. I only played 3 games of Regs this month. The crazy thing about PlayStation servers, it's like everyone's pretty much gonna have maybe 1.5 to 1 ratio. If they have anything less than that, they cheat. Like if it looks ridiculously good like this, that's a cheater. And I tell you, that don't take common sense to know that that's a cheat. On PlayStation, that's a cheat. Because I can guarantee you, like, the way PlayStation is, no, he didn't lose 87 games. He got 87 disconnects. Because that's how PlayStation servers are. You'll get like a handful of disconnect losses. The rest of his game, like his wins are all cheats. Like there's no way that you're going to average 22 and give up 9. That's a dude glitching or something. Yeah, custom playbook. Yeah, how are you not gonna blitz? How you gonna be a 0 pin? Come on, man. Whatever. People be cheating in that game. Yeah, I gotta go to the main menu. Yeah.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders.
You got to understand.
Observe the growing station.
It always does that. Be forgetting. It does that every time.
The autumn wind is a
Always the
pirate,
first game.
blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Watson. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Again, it's Watson. Drops it off for Chubb. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Here's Watson. Here's Chubb. Back-to-back catches for him. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Now Watson. Throwing for Chubb. Complete on the out route. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Browns are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From the 10. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
He's got a man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Devontae Adams, 75 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
They'll look to throw. Complete at the 1. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. A tight one. 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. And Chubb will try the middle here. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Watson just beating the play clock. They'll roll him out right. And this is caught inside the 5. Hunt is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Well, the big play prior to this one got him down there, and they're able to stick it in on the very next snap.
And I think those last 2 plays, that's what you're talking about, balance, right? Big pass play, puts them in position, turn right around and hand it off, and you've got a running play that finishes it off in the end zone.
Kevin Stefanski going to leave the offense out to go for 2. Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7.
Well, after that, it's not hard to see where the momentum is pointing because it's squarely on his side after a heads-up play to jog that one in for another 2 points.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll be looking for the tying score here, down 15-8 as they have it 1st and 10. Slot man moves right. A first run for the backup, Abdullah. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they can't bring him down. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Carr now on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. They go up the middle with Chubb. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, as the first half is winding down. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A final shot before break. Carr eluding the pressure right. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he tries to get as much as he can here while protecting the football as he dives to the ground. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. In motion comes the tight end left. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. He hits Adams complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Here's Carr. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it.
It's an incomplete
and this is
pass.
picked up by the Browns. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he returns this to the 22. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. To throw is Carr. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Now Carr. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It's a gain of 34. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Again, it's Carr. He's going to take another shot here. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. There he goes right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the half have now followed them into the 2nd half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that. I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit. But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Now Carr to try again after the pick 6. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown Raiders. Devontae Adams with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders get a bit closer.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. The risk reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. That's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, at the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you to come in like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they've got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Quick throw, and he's got Amari Cooper. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Now Chubb running right. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They run again on first down. Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Browns up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Watson. He'll buy some time right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. Remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On first down, Carr. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A pair of teammates at Fresno State connecting there. Derek Carr to Devontae Adams. And the Raiders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. They'll try and run it here. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Faking the give. Now Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They're going to look to throw. Steps away to his left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. But this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying, make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
York able to send this one through. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept away and boom, over the crossbar.
Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust. And unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. They go with Chubb on second down. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And Watson's going to throw it here. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. 3rd and long. It's Watson sliding, and he's going to go down again. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. This is taken at the 15. A great return there of 22 yards. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
I gotta stop beating myself. I'm gonna get some sleep though. I'm tired as fuck. Alright, I'll catch y'all tomorrow.